said, no, I've just missed the post. I said to her again, I said, it's funny. I said, it's really funny. I said, every time I come round to your house, I said, your husband's out. I said, where does he go? She said, he goes round to Europe. A girl joined the army as a man. Chap was telling me in the pub. I said, I can't see that. I said, she couldn't get away with that. I said, what happens when they all take a bath? Wouldn't they find out? He said, yes, but who tell? Two old ladies sitting around the parlour one Christmas Eve, and one said to the other, what a stocking holder we want for Christmas? And the other one said, no, but a pair of socks would. I was walking through Braintree High Street last week and I saw a crowd of people outside the baker shop window. So being a bit nosy, I went over. And I've never seen anything like it in my life. Never seen anything like it. There were two tarts upside down at the window. So I took one and I gave the other one to my pal. A census taker was going from house to house checking up on the children, and he went to this house and he knocked on the door and he said to this lady, have you got any children? And she said, yes, I've got 13. So she said, I'm not having any more, she said, not now I've got me decade. He said, what's that going to do with a decade? She said, well, every night we went to sleep, my husband used to say, are you going to sleep or what? And I used to go, what? A pal of mine was going to Manchester on business. He was asking me about the hotels up there. I said, I know a very nice hotel. I said, the food's good, the beds are wonderful, and the manager's a very nice man. He said, does it cost a lot of money, Max? I said, it doesn't cost you a penny. I said, not a penny. I said, in fact, when you leave, I said, the manager gives you a few quid to get home. He said, have you stayed there? I said, no, but my sister had. The farmer took his son to the cattle show one Saturday afternoon where the farmers were buying all the bulls and the cows, mostly bulls. And the little boy saw a farmer go up to a bull and he started to feel this bull. All along the back he's feeling it, all down and all round, feeling all over. So the little boy said, what's he doing, Daddy? And his father told him. He said, he's feeding it to see if there's any meat on it. He said, if there's any meat on it, he's going to buy it. He said, well, thanks very much for telling me, Father. A few weeks later, the little boy went to see his father and he said, what is it, son? He said, Dad, he said, I think the butler wants to buy the cook. Before I came into this game, ladies and gentlemen, I used to be in the circus, pretty smart circus, and the governor said to me one day, he said, Maxie, he said, how do you fancy being a lion tamer? I said, not a lot. He said, there's money in it. I said, oh good, what do I have to do? He said, all you've got to do, he said, is to go into the lion's cage and put your head in the lion's mouth. I said, I should think so. He said, are you scared? I said, I'm not scared, I'm just careful. He said, look, there's no need to be frightened of that lion. He said, that lion is as tame as a kitten and was brought up on nothing but milk. I said, well, so was I when I eat meat. Anyway, he advertised for this lion's cage with a beautiful blonde curtain up. And he said to her, would you go in the cage? And she said, of course I'll go in the cage. She said, I'm a lion tamer. So she got into the cage and the lion made a dash towards her. So she thought quick, undid her zip and all her clothes fell off and she stood there as she came into the world. And the lion, he stopped, and he started to walk very slowly towards her, like that, very slowly towards her. And when he got up to her, he started to kiss her. And he kissed her, and he kissed her, and he kissed her all over. And the governor said, will you do that, Maxie? And I said, yes, get the lion out. Here's one. This is a bit risky, this one. I'll tell you, dead quiet, dead quiet. Very good. A lady bought a dog, one of her little dogs, a little chihuahua. And she was showing it to her friend, and her friend said, that's not right. And she said, what's not right? She said, those little short hair. She said, it shouldn't be like that. She said, it should be as smooth as velvet. So you want to get something done about it. So she went to the chemist, and she said to the chemist, have you got anything but little short hair? And the chemist said, look, you call back in half an hour's time, and I'll make you something up. So she called back in half an hour's time, and the chemist said, now here's the lotion. He said, now you rub this into your legs. And she said, oh, she said, it's not for my legs. She said, it's for my little chihuahua. He said, well, in that case, don't ride your bike for a fortnight. Never be another, will there? Never be another. When I'm dead and gone, they're going to finish. Feathers today, lady. They don't make them today, lads. Boys will be boys, won't they? Lucky for you girls, otherwise you get no fun. I did a show in London a few weeks ago, and I went up on the underground, and then I'll sway about those undergrounds, and they sway about. And as we came into the station, a young lady fell on my lap. And she said, "Is this Cock Foster's?" And I said, "No, it's Mackie." Here's the last gag and your last chance to report. It's all about an eagle. An eagle. He's out flying one day, all of a sudden he spotted a little dove on the ground. So he flew down, he had a bit of a ding dong, and then he flew off. The little dove just lay there and said, "I am a little dove, and I've had a little dove, and I liked it. It's very nice." And the eagle carried on flying, and all of a sudden he spotted a blue tit. So he flew down, he had a bit of a ding dong with the blue tit, and then he flew off. The little blue tit just lay there and said, "I am a little tit, and I've had a little bit, and I liked it." The eagle carried on flying, and all of a sudden he spotted a duck. Oh, make something of that. Make something of that. It's not the kind of people that get me a bad name. So he flew down and he had a bit of a ding dong with the duck. And he flew off. The little duck just lay there and said, "I'm a little duck." "No, no, you're wrong, see, you're wrong." He said, "I'm a little drake and he's made a big mistake." Once again, which is a pity really, because you haven't done me any harm. And what I thought I'd do tonight, just to break the monotony, I'm going to do 2 choruses of Rambling Rose with the boys, and then I'll come straight back and I'll do something by myself. I was going to do it in Monastery Garden, but I'm too old, I can't get over the wall. I'm going to do my theme song tonight, ladies, my theme song, Mary from the Dairy. Now, Wendy and Connie, shall I start it off? And will you creep in, like you did last night? I'll give you the key, see? No, but they might be on before me. They might be on before me. All right, Wendy. And I'll have the new opening tonight, please. The new opening, that's 4 in a bar and 2 barmaids and shuffle and cups one. Here we go. Hey, I'm known as a cheeky chappy. The things I say are snappy. That's why the pretty girls will fall for me. In love I never vary. I don't do things contrary. Ask Mary from the dairy, here's the key. Boom, boom. I fell in love with Mary from the dairy. Mary will fall in love with me. Now by an older stream, we both are down to me. Little did she know that I was thinking of a scheme. She said that bricks and buttercups and nothing exists, but the buttercups were full of margarine. She slipped a wig on spell down by the wishing well, in the same place that I fell for Nellie Dean. One more time, I fell in love with Mary from the dairy. Mary was fall in love with me. Now by an older stream, we both sat down to drink. Little did she know that I was thinking of a scheme. The wife in ever she didn't leave me, and the moment that she does, then I'll be free. There's a little girl I know, I'll take her and I'll show just where Mary from the dairy fell for.